Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the Misfits podcast, rated 5 stars by not an avid listener. He says, this podcast encourages my depression. Good job, depression. Keep going. You're doing a great job, buddy. Hey, keep going, depression. Woo, you got it. You got depression. You got it. All right, that's enough. I'm joined today by co-hosts Swaggers Holes.
Hello. We're Pimp Jim.
Mason.
What's going on?
Toby.
Fuck you, Fitz.
And Matt's here too.
Diddly diddly, neighbor.
Wow, very
Yeah, it
great
was really
contrast
good.
of introductions there. Very nice, everyone. Glad you're all
Wide
doing
array.
well. We should all be doing well because things are looking up here in Melbourne, where we live, where we film, or where some of us live at least. Recently, we've been having some no COVID days here. No new cases. How sick is that?
Zero
How
cases.
neat is that?
So like, I think it was.
How neat is that?
It was like 0 cases 2 days in a row, and then
It was like two.
I think
and
the
then three, I
two,
think.
two and
Yeah.
then 3. Very, very
2
low.
and 3. Yeah, so it looks like our lockdown here is finally showing its fruits. You know, we've been in an intense stage for a lockdown for what, over 100 days now?
130
Long ass time.
days.
If you listen to the show, you know all about it. It's been terrible. It's been actually really terrible. It's been quite a difficult thing to go through as a city for Melbourne. But finally, it looks like it's actually worked. You know, we're fucking having days where we're getting no cases whatsoever. And we're not out of the woods yet, but things are opening up now. Restrictions have been lifted.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan and like half of our team came back to the city the other day. And yeah, lots has been happening. We've sort of been moving into a new office and fucking, yeah, I guess making good use of the lack in restrictions. Poggers.
PogChamp.
Oh,
Very,
yeah.
very pug.
Pretty good.
That's right.
It's,
Yeah, I mean, Toby, you're surely coming back pretty soon, and
No.
yeah, things are going good. No,
No,
okay.
no.
Just stay in New Zealand, then that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, no, I will make my way back. The thing that's holding me back now is just finding a place to live when I get there.
Mhm.
Which
That's
I
right.
found
You don't
some-
want to be living in the office again.
No, I haven't actually had a place to live in Melbourne for probably over a year.
yeah, over a year.
Yeah,
Over a year now.
it's been a while. I was
Mm.
crashing at the office and then crashing at Ryan's, so I'm just making sure that before I go over there, I've definitely secured a place to live at first.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been really surreal. Like, as soon as cases, like, went down and then the restrictions were lifted, I remember driving, like, down the street and seeing, like, an entire, like, flock of school children out, like, crossing the streets. I've seen, like, so much traffic. Everyone's on the road. Everyone's outside, wearing masks, of course.
Mhm.
But,
Wait,
It's
your
just
schools
weird.
were closed?
yeah, everything was fucking closed.
Oh,
Everything was
see,
remote learning.
In New Zealand, when everything was closed, schools were still open. They were like the
Wait,
only places
really?
still open.
Interesting.
You guys were never as out of control
Yeah, yeah.
as we were here in Melbourne, though, right? Like, it
Yeah.
was. I don't even know what was the max new case day New Zealand had. I don't even
I don't
know.
think it
I
was
know in
very bad.
Melbourne here we were at a point where it was
700, 800,
800 cases
Yeah.
every day. You know, which is like a lot of fucking.
And that's one
new
state.
cases. So I guess, yeah, like Melbourne, yeah, and Victoria specifically, Victoria, Australia, I guess is just they just decided early on that we're going with the lockdown route. I actually saw a headline today saying that France and Germany are following suit and
They're locking down.
a 4-week lockdown. I'm pretty sure it's going to end up being a lot. Yeah, as people who live in Melbourne, we know what it's like. Oh, it's at the beginning we were told what 4 or 6 weeks of lockdown,
Right.
You know, and obviously, like once you begin a lockdown, the idea is that you stick with it until things improve and things are better, right? So when we got to week 6 here and we found out, oh, like the cases are still existent, we realized, oh, we need to go for longer. So it was kind of this thing about an initially proposed brief lockdown that just gets constantly extended. Because as a government, like this is what I imagine France and Germany are doing. There's no way they're going to be like, oh, guys, we're locking down the country for 3 months. You know,
Yeah,
like,
it's not
that's
gonna
just
go
not
over
a
well
good.
at all.
That's just not a good idea to like address the public that way. So,
No.
if you're from France or Germany and you're going into the lockdown, Godspeed, guys. It's a little rough here, but
Yeah.
definitely worth it. Saved a lot of lives, and now, hopefully, unless fucktards ruin it for everyone, Melbourne is going to be free, and we're going to be free, and living life normally again. So that's going to be great.
It's just going to be
we gotta-
weird to like live normally because even when we were all hanging out like at the office, You know, there was like 16 people there, like doing their thing, and you know, like I'm still like not used to it, and I feel like even when like restrictions are like gone, and like we could all hang out like normally, I'm still going to feel like I'm doing something wrong,
Like you're like breaking the law or some shit. It's been so long.
Yeah.
Dude, that
Like-
happened to me yesterday. I went and got a haircut for the first time in months. And I went to grab lunch somewhere, and I went in the bar to like grab something to go, and I looked in and there's like people dining in there. I'm like, wait, we're allowed to eat inside now? He's like, yeah, we're okay with the restrictions. I'm
So
like,
weird.
what the fuck? Okay, they gave me a table number. I'm sitting there. I'm like, dude, this feels so illegal. What the fuck,
yeah,
man?
doesn't it feel wrong?
Yeah.
Like I feel like a bad person.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
like
I'm like,
hang
I'm
out.
breaking the rules, but I'm allowed to. What the fuck? Oh, some lady like walked in later, like 5 minutes later. This lady walked in. She like looked around. She's like, yeah, Melbourne. And everyone else is like, yeah, Melbourne. Just excited
Yeah,
to be able to like
interesting.
walk into somewhere, you know?
Yeah, it's definitely united the city in some ways. You know, everyone in the city has suffered the same lockdown. Not everyone. I guess there are a few fuckwits who I guess were against it and probably, you know, completely
Yeah, like the fucking
didn't
protest
obey
that
the rules
happened.
at all.
The protest that
days-
happened
2 days
three,
before
like
they lifted them.
2 days.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, everywhere has their fair share of idiots, but the city's gone through a lot together, and I'm keen for the energy that comes to the city when things are actually in the clear and things are fully open and we're able to party and go to bars and basically live a normal life again. How crazy that, you know, exactly what you're saying is true. It's just so foreign now. We were all at the office. There were like 16, 20 people there helping unpack. This is the most people any of us had been around in fucking
4 months,
like,
5
4
months.
months.
now.
yeah.
9 months now. It's not even that many. It's just so weird being in a space. I don't know, but it's fucking good though. It was a very therapeutic day. It was very nice seeing everyone again. Good seeing Ryan and the boys.
Yeah.
again. You know, everyone. So, shit, man, things are looking up there.
Yep.
Champ.
Mason,
And hopefully
Mason.
we'll be able to shoot the
Hopefully.
podcast in person again
Oh, yeah.
at some
hopefully
point
soon.
soon.
Set's being constructed as we speak. So yeah, really pretty soon. Wait, Mace, you've been in Geelong. You just fucking were like, fuck Melbourne, fuck the lockdown. Like, obviously, like, why
Yeah.
wouldn't you go back home to Geelong? How's it being there? Like, pretty much same old. things are
Same
pretty much
old,
all
no
good?
no different, but like we've had a couple bars open and stuff like that, so people were able to go
Mhm.
out and book, and
Cool.
like it's like you're allowed to sit outside, and there's like a limited amount of people inside, so it's
Nice.
not bad.
Are we seeing you this weekend for Halloween?
I think you might be.
Fucking
you
hell,
might
yeah.
just
Very
be.
good. And you have to come
Fucking
suss the new
oath.
office as well, surely.
But yeah. Okay.
Have you been before? Did you go back when we checked it out a while ago? The new office?
No, I haven't.
You're gonna love it.
It's
Maybe
cool.
has it got like the multiple car parks?
No.
Nah,
It has
might
a
be a
giant
different one.
garage.
Oh,
Massive garage. Like, I don't know. Anyway, I mean, people who have been paying close attention to certain people's Instagrams might have already gotten a sneak peek, but hopefully you'll be seeing a bit more of this office than you saw with the last one. But yeah, we'll be filming
Yeah.
a set there. And
Wait,
obviously whole Misfits
The last one
corporation and
meaning
everything is
like
being
the
run out of there,
last
too.
office, or like the thing that
The
we
last
got.
office.
Okay, not the thing after.
Even the yeah, not the thing after that. We've been very secretive with our little operations, and that's just fine by me. Fuck the fans.
Aw. It's all right.
No.
We'll probably make a video and probably film one in like the next 2 weeks, where we just kind of tell everyone like what our plans were for the year, and kind of show off what we had planned and what we had secured, and what lockdown kind of ruined completely.
Yeah.
So you know there'll be a little
Yes.
explanation video at some point.
Mhm.
But the important
Yeah,
thing
we'll go
is
over it all.
that we have an office now that is really, really good. And it's going to be pretty
Mhm.
good. It's going to be fucking awesome.
I don't know what I'm gonna do to get up there to record and stuff. Like I don't know what I can do.
You think
So,
you think
what
you
for
would
the-
move up here?
I mean, I can't really afford it, but I'll
Fair.
fucking if there was an opportunity, I'd take it. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out the operations and everything and see what the best way to get the podcast done is. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, it'd be cool to see you soon.
Yes.
Yeah, and Toby's gonna come over as soon as she can as well, as soon as she can get a place, like she said. And yeah, Jay's gonna be, actually able to leave the house for a change. Obviously, Jay was locked inside for the entirety of the lockdown, pretty much staying in his home because he has asthma and didn't want to catch COVID for obvious medical reasons. So yeah, it's been fucking a hell of a disconnected year, but now things are feeling a little bit better. So Pog.
Pog.
Can we get a group? Can we get a group?
You can really feel the excitement in this call. You really feel just teething with happiness and energy and excitement. I'd love to see that. I mean, what else is new? Anyone got any fucking shit they want to talk about?
I won $10,000 on stream the other day.
What?
Lockbox. What'd you do?
What the fuck?
What?
I had an urge to watch some like high tier Counter Strike, some competitive Counter Strike, and I was like, well,
Mhm.
if I'm gonna watch it, may as well watch it with my stream. And I was like, you know what will make it like a lot of fun and make everyone feel invested in it is if we also bet on it. So we found a game,
Mhm.
and we put $1,500, $1,500 on the team that was like the underdog of the series,
Right.
and I
Mhm.
think it paid out like 4 point something times.
Wait, so you just bet and then watch the game?
Yeah,
on stream?
so we just placed down a bet, and then we watched the
Nice,
game
that's so
on
fun.
stream. So it was like 45 minutes of like tense content for
Right.
the stream. The first like 8 rounds, like our team had 1 round, and then the other team had 7, and I was just like, all right, well, I mean, it looks like it's going about the route it was meant to go. But then they pulled it back, and they ended up winning and made like $8,000.
Fuck off.
And then
Yeah.
and then
You're such a little lucky gambler. You always have these crazy gambling moments.
yeah, and then I withdrew a bunch of skins and stuff, and there was like $500 left or something. And I was decided to chat. I was like, "Do you want me to withdraw something worth $500 or put $100 on green 5 times?" And I put
And of course,
I
chat
put
is gonna go
143 or something, like, to round up my balance on the second spin, and I hit that, and there was an extra $2,000.
Oh my god!
Fucking hell, dude.
Bruh.
Busted.
Yeah.
What the
How's it get the
fuck?
So-
luck?
I've my Counter Strike inventory is worth like, I don't know, $12,000 to $15,000 right now, and I'm
Go on OP skins, dude. Cash
Bro,
out.
sell that shit.
yeah. I'm gonna. I was talking to Anomaly. He said he would help me cash out, and yeah,
Oh, awesome.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
The guy to talk to.
Yeah.
For sure.
because I was like, I have no idea how to
Nice.
cash out anymore. But
Right.
yeah, it was so much fun.
That's amazing. That's so much fucking money.
Yeah, it was insane.
Jesus Christ.
But just like watching
Jeez.
pro games about teams I didn't know, and then having that element of like the element of gambling, even if it is like $100 or something,
Mhm.
having that element just makes it doesn't matter that I don't know who these teams are. I'm so invested and excited for this
Yeah.
one team, and it just makes it really fun and cool to watch.
Yeah.
Well, you're literally invested.
Yeah,
You put up the money.
that's true.
So that's fucking yeah. That would get my heart beating.
That's
And
it.
Counter Strike is
I used
cool
to do that.
because Counter Strike esports are like so basic and so
Yeah.
clear.
It's very
Like-
like observer friendly.
Yeah,
Like, anyone
it's
can watch
super
it and understand what's
observer-friendly.
going on.
Exactly. So like, everyone knows like these pros are on crazy high levels, like really good at the game, but I still
Mhm.
understand every single move they're making. Which is cool.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Hmm.
That is cool. Yeah, I used to do that in university, but obviously not with the same amount. So it was just like
Oh yeah,
bet
it was
whatever I
it was
could, any
dumb.
skins I had.
Bro, I remember when a high
Yeah,
tier
it was-
bet
it
for
was
me
dumb,
was
but-
like $40. That was like a big bet
Yeah,
for me
but
back
that
in the
was-
day.
That's what I'm talking about back in university. But I would just bet just because I liked the game, but I liked the game more when I had something at
Exactly.
stake.
Exactly.
Then you bring
That's
back
how
Lounge.
a lot
Bring
of
back CS:GO
sport-
Lounge. That was the best shit ever for Pro CS. Watching the matches and betting
Yeah,
on them.
wasn't though, because it kind of fucked with the scene a little bit early on. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
Buy Power probably wouldn't have gone through that controversy if it
Oh,
wasn't for like,
right.
well, it was just a peculiar position I think to put young esports pros in, because one day they're just kind of like really good at CS and this is their thing, and next thing, all this money's at stake because
Mhm.
of gambling. And like, of course, you're like, maybe some of these pros are like 17, like really young kids. You find out, oh, if I just throw this game, then I'll make $20,000.
Mhm.
Like it happens,
Yeah.
bro. It gets into the mind of the players, and not that anyone who threw or did any shady shit with gambling back in the days, exempt from. Well, later Mason,
Oh,
exempt
shit.
from Mason. Mason just
shit.
disconnected from the
he's
call, but
out.
his camera's
He's good.
supposed to
Oh.
go on.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
good,
it's all
good.
good.
What was
You were
I saying?
talking
Not
about like
only are you,
throwing for skins and like the young kids and shit.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's just my point is, I guess you can see how it would.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, there's
totally.
definitely
See how
negatives.
that
Like I
temptation
remember
would be
there was
there.
issues with like DDoSing matches and shit. Like people would bet
Oof.
on a certain
Mm.
team and on the underdogs, and they'd start losing, so they just DDoS the fucking match, so it'd get canceled.
Wow.
Interesting.
Fucking hell.
That-
Yeah, and cheating too, like hacking, like kukli.
The I buy
Jeez.
power shit, like that was huge, and now even today, that the I buy power stickers are so desirable. Like
Yeah, it's so expensive.
I buy power sticker and I buy power hollow is
Yeah.
like $15,000.
Oh
or
yeah, all the
something.
Katowice skins, all the old ones are
insane.
so
That's
insane now.
fucking so dumb.
Bro, I remember
So-
passing up on a Dignitas Hollow 2014. It was like $80 on OP skins. I'm like, I should really buy that, but I don't really want to right now. And now it's like fucking like $5,000 or some shit. You
Oh
fucking
my
they're
God.
For
so
people-
much now.
For people that have no idea what the fuck we're talking about, could somebody explain like what had happened with I Buy Power and like Counter-Strike? Like the entire controversy? Because I'm not even really all that aware either.
What happened was there was a team called iBuyPower, and they were versing netcode guides at the time. And iBuyPower was like, back in the day, they were like a really good team, so they were like pretty much guaranteed to win this match.
Right.
And then the match happens. Right off the bat, you could see iBuyPower was just like playing really weird. Even like the casters picked up on it. They're like, they even like one of the famous quotes was, "iBuyPower is not playing like iBuyPower right now," because it was like it was
I
very
remember
odd. They
that,
weren't
'cause
even being
like
subtle
so
about it.
clearly.
Yeah, they weren't even
Mm.
being subtle
Yeah,
about
I
it.
remember.
It was very bad.
There was one moment, right, where I can't remember which player, but he was like scoped in on someone's
Oh, that
back
was Steel.
and
That was
decided
Steel,
not to
yeah.
kill him. Yeah.
He's like,
And
"I wanted a
"Oh,
knife."
what's going on?" Yeah.
But yeah, I think they eventually found out a few years. I think it was like at least a year later, because one of the players on the team's girlfriend broke up with him, and he told her about the throw. So then she was like
Ooh.
screenshotting text messages talking about it, and like eventually leaked it and shit. And
They-
that's
Never
how they
trust
got-
a woman.
Yeah, there you
If-
go.
If I
Fuck
remember
the
correctly-
going
around,
for
just
skins
fucking
part is the
around.
biggest takeaway. Is never trust a woman.
Oh, just
if I
fucking
remember
around.
correctly,
He probably threw the relationship as well, though.
I remember someone saying that like on the level that Counter-Strike esports is now, iBuyPower got fucked over because
Oh,
the
yeah.
amount of money that they threw for
Oh
is
my
like
God, it was so
way
small.
less than
It
they
was
would
only
have
like a
actually
couple
made if
thousand
they just
each.
continued being pros. And
So
obviously
dumb.
because they got caught
Yeah.
for cheating and throwing for money, then they were just banned from competitive.
Wasn't it like 5 year?
No, I think it was a permanent ban, and then Valve came out
Wow.
and said,
They
Yeah,
they,
yeah,
re-
enforcing
they
it still.
revoked some of the bans, but not all of them. I think they revoked it on the
Yeah, I
people
remember-
that were under 18 or something.
The only person that wasn't banned was Skadoodle because he didn't receive skins for throwing.
Oh.
But
Wasn't
he
there,
would have. What
Yeah,
happened
he went-
was
he went on to
they
play
were
on
going to pay out
Cloud9.
skins to everyone, but then the guy that like paid them to throw the match didn't have the skins to give to Skadoodle at the time,
Oh.
so he kind of got away scot free, and the rest of the team wasn't going to like turn on him. They're like, no, let's just not have him get banned as well.
Who was the young kid
What-
in
what are the-
iBuyPower that ended up joining like Cloud9 or something?
That was Skadoodle.
That's good.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah. There's another really, really talented player called Swag at the time. I
Yeah,
think goes
he
by
was really
Brax
young.
now.
He was really young.
Hmm.
Really young and so talented at the game. I used to just watch his streams, just him playing like ESEA or Face It pugs. And this kid just fucking goes off. And I remember on Reddit there was always a lot of talk about like how sad it was that this young professional's life was ruined, basically just from a small mistake for not a lot of money at the beginning. Probably talked into it. I mean, who really knows what went down, right?
Mhm.
But it's clear that it's a regrettable mistake. They got banned for a while. Like, sure, like that's fair enough. But at some point, you got to give like a person a time to grow from a mistake like that and give them another shot at the fucking game that they love and that they give everything to.
And they
right?
did.
I don't know
They
what he's
did
doing
with
now.
Swag.
I don't.
Did they
They
unban him?
unbanned
They
him.
lifted
Yeah.
that. Okay, good.
Because he was so
Fuck yeah.
young that
Fuck yeah,
it
that's good to
just
hear.
Yeah.
yeah.
Plus, it was like I
Fuck
think
yeah,
it was
that's
like
good
one of
to
the
hear.
team captain's ideas or something that like first pitched it, and they were like under 18, and they were like
Mhm.
very young at the time. So
Very impressionable, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder. I guess they probably thought like, man, what's the harm? Like, it's
no
you
one's
know.
gonna know. It's not like anyone watches the damn matches, anyways, right?
Yeah, well, I mean,
No one's gonna see.
at this point in time, like literally anybody can become a professional CS:GO player and like win huge tournaments as long as they drink Gamersupps at gamersupps.gg using code Misfits for 10% off. You too
That's it.
can become a pro player and throw your
Absolutely.
games for thousands of dollars and possibly ruin your career.
Pog.
Go to gamersubs.gg, code Misfits for
Not
10% off. It's good shit.
Remember that one time we were leaving that tournament and we saw, what was it? Who was that? We saw Stewie 2K.
Stewie.
Remember? Yeah. And he was like, "Yo,
Yeah.
Mason, you got some gamer subs?" And you're like, "Yeah, homie, here, I got you out." And you handed him some gamer subs.
Yeah.
He's like, "Cheers, man, you're the best."
He railed
Love
a line
gamer
of that.
subs, Yeah.
Legal
No, that's-
disclaimer,
that's
that
a
didn't
lie.
happen.
That's a lie. We did see Stewie 2K.
We
though.
did see
did,
him. I think what,
IFC.
didn't he ask
Yeah, he asked Mason
one
for
of us
like a dart. He's like, "Oh, you
Yeah.
got a dart?"
For a dart, yeah.
Yeah, Mason for a sec.
Oh yeah, that was when we were heading out back. We were leaving the event.
Well, that
We
was-
got back.
That was after they won.
Shit, what the fuck?
Right? That was like after they won, so I can only
Yeah.
imagine the adrenaline that he was fucking having. So he just wanted a
Yeah.
cigarette.
Oh my god, those clutches on the main stage in the final must
Oh,
be so
Jesus
tense as a pro.
Christ.
In any game, in any game. But I imagine there's something about like with regular sports, I feel like maybe it's even easier to get immersed in the physical game that you're playing. But with esports, you're kind of just on a computer with so many people looking at you, and you're on a stage.
Yeah,
and
but the
there's
lights are
and shit.
blinding,
Oh,
so you
yeah.
really can't see the
Yeah.
audience.
They'll
dude,
say like they'll even like feel like everyone's chanting like in a clutch situation. Everyone's like, "Oh, you'll feel that shit in your chest." you know?
yeah,
Yeah,
The
they
sound.
have soundproof booths, but surely you can feel the vibrations and,
Yeah.
and everything, right? Or
Do
at
they
least
have
pick up a little
soundproof
bit.
headphones?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
I
supposed to. They'll have
assume.
like
Yeah,
little
they
like
have-
normal like just the small wired ones on underneath, and they'll have like bigger headphones like block out the noise on.
yeah. That way you
Like
can't
big
hear the
old
other
helicopter
team doing
ones.
comms, right?
Yeah.
But in some tournaments, you can see that they definitely can hear when the crowd gets really loud because you'll see like moments where a player is sneaking up behind someone about to knife them,
Yeah.
and then the crowd's going oh,
Yeah.
and then they'll turn around because they hear the crowd going oh, and it's
Oh,
Oh yeah, I heard
oh,
like
yeah.
sometimes they'll just sit
Yeah.
there with like the mic key open, and then that way it's like the microphone will like pick it up, and then they can.
Oh, wow.
Esports almost feels like a fucking thing in the past this year because you've heard so little about it with COVID
Yeah.
ruining tournaments.
I
And
think
everything,
couldn't
I
right?
even
think
do it.
DreamHack in New York just happened, or I Am New York, or whatever it is.
Did it?
just
Huh.
now.
I think
No
it
shit.
just happened. I could be wrong. I could be making that up,
Hmm.
but
Well,
I definitely have not had my ear to the ground with it.
wasn't there some kind of division of like Riot Games like had to shut down an OCE, like Australia-based league? Didn't that?
Okay.
I
Didn't
think
they-
it was just
it was-
Riot
it was like legal-
Australia or OCE.
yeah,
pretty much.
it was
I'm
something
not
like
hugely
that, but
following Riot stuff, but yeah.
they completely shut down.
because of COVID.
Yeah, well,
Oh, wow.
for a lot of things, but I'm trying to remember. Whatever. But yeah, a lot. Fuck it. A lot
We're
of
not esports journalists.
a lot of different divisions of esports have taken like massive hits because of COVID, and I'm sure like sports in general has gone down, like NFL, like NBN, not
Yeah.
NBN, NBL.
No, that's gone down
whatever.
plenty
The
of
fucking
times.
basketball shit. I don't fucking
NBA.
watch basketball. I don't fucking.
NBA. Yeah, everywhere except New Zealand, where they're just fucking having rugby game after rugby game with stadiums packed full of people because they beat
Jesus.
COVID because they're a superior country.
Aren't the I swear it's either the NBA or the NFL or something. They're living in Disneyland.
What?
Huh?
Like it's like the NBA. There's a bunch of NBA teams living inside the Disneyland resort in some city.
Just
And it's
living in Cinderella's castle.
It's completely closed off, and it's like an NBA only area, and it's so that they aren't exposed to COVID, but they're still able to like do the games or something.
I think you're right. Yeah, I
Interesting.
think like the
Okay.
NBA's like got like COVID like really locked down. Like they don't have like any cases in like games or
They
anything.
fucking hijacked Disneyland. That's horrible.
I think Disneyland is still open, right? Like,
Yeah,
I think they
it's
opened
Really?
up recently.
all
Do
the
you remember?
there's no restrictions in Florida anymore. They lifted it all
Jesus.
because a lot of the states. Florida is one of the few states that doesn't have personal income tax, and a lot of their
Oh.
revenue comes from tourism. So it's in their best interest to have
Right.
everything open right now.
Dude, when they
Yeah,
shut
yeah.
down Disney World and
Their best
all those
interest.
teenage white girls were posting on Instagram like, "Oh, there's no magic in the air." He's like, "Oh, no Disney World." It's like, "Oh my god, are you really this much of a fucking slave to a
Oh,
cartoon rat?"
there's plenty of magic in the air. It's
Like, come on.
it's called COVID.
Toby, do the quote. Do the quote.
What?
What was that one you did in a video? You're like, my crater is it?
Oh, yeah, yikes.
Yeah.
The weird fucking Disney
Yes.
roots.
Oof.
Dude,
That's right.
Walt Disney was a fucking crazy ass person. He was trying to build a utopia before he died. That's what Epcot was supposed to be. It was supposed to be the
Epcot?
perfectly designed city.
Hmm. Yeah, they had like monorails and
I
shit.
didn't
And that was
even-
back in like what, like the
Yeah.
70s or 80s or some shit. Like what the fuck?
I think it was the 60s. I think it was like
some
it was
old
like
shit like that. Yeah, it was like way ahead
it
of
was
its
like
time.
50s, 60s. They built it on his swamp.
Yeah,
What the
yeah.
hell is Epcot?
Epcot. EPCOT.
But it's the one with it's got
It
like the big
stands-
white ball in the middle that looks like a
Yeah,
golf ball.
The
That's
giant.
Epcot.
Let me see what
Oh,
it
I don't know.
stands
Is that like
for.
a where? I've never even heard of that. I'm not American.
There's like 4 different parks. There's like what, Epcot,
Ah.
Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, and one other one.
Epcot stands for the Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow. So Walt Disney was eating tabs of acid for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But he had the right idea. I mean, if he managed to actually like pull off Epcot and like make this new age futurism type city that
Yeah,
would be
look at
like
this shit. That looks
amazing.
so futuristic. Imagine seeing that back in like the
Yeah, I'm
70s
looking
or
at it.
some shit.
Yeah, dude. I mean, this was like the 1960s, an experimental concept. There was a video I watched not too long ago.
Oh,
that,
1982 is when it opened, apparently.
yeah,
Like the public.
like there was this video I watched a while back, but it explains like what Epcot was meant to be like in its entirety. They pulled up like plans and like maps and like systems and all these different things, and the way that Walt was going to put it together was like fucking pretty insane. But then he died and then got his body frozen in liquid nitrogen so that he could
Oh,
be reanimated in the
Look at
future.
that. That looks like so futuristic. Imagine seeing that shit back then.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, I guess
fucking-
it came from that. Like, was this being like thought of in the 70s, 80s, that sort of time? Like,
This-
was that was sort of a period
Yeah.
with very grandiose visions for the future.
Yeah, 50 and
of, like,
60s was
Yeah.
like futurism was like their
Yeah.
big thing.
I guess because there was just such a massive technological boom.
It's a
at that
space
point.
race. It was because of rockets, because we landed
Space
on the moon.
race, Yeah. And so everyone was like, "Oh wow, we're gonna be living on the moon together in like 20 years. It's gonna be awesome." Like everyone thought like the year 2000 would have hoverboards and
Nah,
fucking-
dude. The Soviet Union collapsed, and then America was like, fuck the moon. Well, it's just a fucking dumb rock in the sky. We already
It's
put
a
a flag
dumb
there.
rock.
Fuck it. But now
Yeah,
Elon's
that-
like,
literally
"Ooh, I
post-nut
can
clarity,
do
but
my
for-
futuristic city on Mars." And now everyone's like,
that's the new
"Mm,
shiny thing.
Yeah.
Until we set foot on every planet, they're going to be desirable to us, you know. Then we set
Yeah.
foot on them.
Except
we
for
get the
Jupiter.
post-nut clarity of like, oh,
Or Saturn.
we've done that now. Yeah, well,
What if
Yeah.
what's
What
the
even
gas
happened
on
if you stand-
Jupiter just gets you like really, really high?
just fucking go down to the atmosphere, take off your helmet, you
Just
just
hot
fucking
box in Jupiter.
just get like
it's just the best drug in the world, just a good hit of Jupiter.
No,
Yeah,
no,
it's
no. Jupiter's
uncomparable.
bad. It makes you stupider.
Oh yeah, he's
True.
right. It kills your brain cells.
Yeah.
It's actually very dangerous. Don't do Jupiter, kids.
Yeah,
Don't go to
Yeah.
Jupiter.
that's
go to
why.
Mars.
Stick
Just get
to
candy
Saturn.
bars.
Yeah.
Right?
What if everyone just occupied a little rock in the orbit of Saturn?
Everyone's just sitting on a rock.
We're in the Saturn's ring, just rotating around. How about that, Mace? Would you live on Saturn, one of Saturn's rocks?
It'd be pretty like cramped, wouldn't it?
That'd be like a flex.
Nah, those
bro.
rocks are plenty big. Get yourself a couple acres up there, you know. We'll get you a
Yeah,
big
have
rock.
like your own private rock.
All the poor
Just-
people
it's,
can have
like,
the
better
small
than having a
rocks.
private
We'll get
yacht.
you a big one.
Can I grow my own trees there? And
No, you can't grow
No,
anything. It's just a rock.
Not fertile at all. It's loosely
gonna-
You,
held
you
together.
take what you want with you, and that's all you're getting.
I'm gonna live on the
I mean-
underside of the rock, and then it's like I'm living under a rock.
Mm.
Mm.
the most
which way is
exciting
up?
thing you'd be able to
Yeah,
do
what the
there is you wouldn't be able to do much, like play golf or some shit.
Well, I'd visit you from my rock.
I mean, you
Yeah.
can play baseball and hit a ball into orbit.
You could get 3 rocks and put a rope swing between 2 of them.
Mm.
Mm.
You
That's
could like
it.
bring
That's
someone
what
home
works
from like the
out.
bar. It's like, hey, you want to come back to my private rock? You know, that'd be interesting.
Private rock.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be impressive if everyone's got a private rock, you know?
True.
true.
And
Yeah,
then
you
they're like
just-
really
you just-
close to each other, right? You got like asshole neighbors or some shit. He gets too close, you just got like fucking push him away or something. Then he goes like flying off into space.
The year is like 2100, and like you're at a bar, and you're like, hey, where are you from? And some guy just goes, oh, I'm from Iraq. You're like, oh, Iraq? He's like, no, Iraq. It's in
Iraq.
Saturn rings. You're like, oh, okay.
I see.
Yeah.
I used to live there. Yeah. Back in the old fucking. I was gonna make a joke where like, where like only the poor people live in Saturn's orbit, but I just decided let's move away from that concept because I don't want to share my ideas too early. But when you were saying private rock earlier, Matt, just made me imagine like how funny it is that the word private just makes anything sound more exclusive.
Yeah, it's
like,
private rock.
Someone takes you home and like, oh yeah, this is my private home. You're like, what do you mean private? Yeah, it's like privately owned. It's mine. It's like, I guess like it makes me feel like is it public some of the time. Like no.
It's just mine. It's just mine.
It's my private car, my private dog. This is my private wife.
And this is my private parts.
Yeah, it's my
And
private
this is
part.
my private cock. Would you like to see? Park my private cock in your private garage. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway.
Swing.
Mason, what's new? Tell me one good thing that's happened to you recently.
Ah.
Not off to a good start, mate. Fucking not off to a good start with that one.
It's like looking around.
I don't want to leak.
Oh, bed still works. Yeah, that's pretty decent. What'd you say?
No, not much. Not much at all.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to think.
That's right. How's brother Kobe doing?
He's swell.
Brother Kobe.
That's good.
Is he a priest?
Brother
Hello,
Kobe,
brother
he's
Kobe.
joined a monastery.
Yeah, he's alright. Streaming and shit. Not much else going on
Nice.
down in Geelong.
Nice. Yeah, I saw a cute Instagram story from Kobe of you with the dogs. Is it good being with the dogs again?
Yeah, fuck Earth. Yeah, I miss them.
Nice. So nice having Slime and Pepsi back. Ryan's
Oh
dogs.
yeah, they're huge.
Oh, is he when
They're so
Ryan left
fat
for
now.
Adelaide.
Well, big, but still. And it's mostly Slime. Slime's fat. He's gotten big. He's gotten big.
I manage Ryan has these two dogs, one of which is more recent, called Pepsi. And when Ryan left for Adelaide for a few months, Pepsi was tiny. He was still a little pup,
Puppy.
really, wasn't he? And they've just come back. We haven't seen them in so long. And fuck, these dogs are big. They're just massive. The other day, like obviously Ryan came back, so I ate a fuck ton of edibles. This was completely
Naturally.
completely fucked. Even the next day, apparently everyone who ate them was. And I remember waking up on Ryan's couch in the morning and like Pepsi came up and for a cuddle, but Pepsi's kind of a shit cunt. Like he doesn't really cuddle you. He just kind of wants to lick your face, and like he'll stay there if you let him lick your face. But he just kind of came up to me. He like laid. I was on my side. He laid on his side, facing me with his paws up, like out, pressed against my body. Kind of like hurt and was uncomfortable. And then I tried petting him, and he just started like literally just fucking licking my face from bottom to top, just over and over again. And I was like, dude, you fucking not broken. We just like chill. And then he left the cunt. He just fucking left. If you don't let him lick your face, then what
licks
reason
you and
does he have to
leaves.
fucking stay,
Yeah.
I suppose?
Do you remember like they had this like little like wooden dowel that was a part of a flagpole, like just some kind of Australian flag thing. And so they have this wooden dowel, and they're letting Slime and Pepsi like bite it at the same time, and they're playing with it or whatever. And Manuel is moving the fucking the dowel around, and then Pepsi grabs it, and he fucking deep throats this fucking wooden dowel, and then Manuel pulls it out of his mouth, and he just fucking throws up all over the fucking all over the giant beanbag.
Beanbag.
No.
He throws up all over it. And earlier that day, they fucking pissed on it. So it's off to a great start having the dogs back.
Up to a great fucking start. Yeah. Dogs be like that. Dogs be like, I'll piss and shit and vomit wherever I want. That's how it is.
Dogs be like, if I can't lick your face, I'm just gonna go home.
Yeah, true, man. Like he's just a dog that knows what he wants.
He just likes a
signed
good
up
one night
for face
stand,
licking.
He's a,
It's what he paid for.
Yeah.
Clearly, I wasn't ready for the investment, and
Yeah.
fucking off he went. No more face for me, I guess.
Yeah.
That's all right. Next time I'll get him back by licking his face. He's trying to sleep.
He's coming here, start licking on him.
He'd probably love it. Probably wouldn't even fucking be mad.
Are you guys excited for
Damn it, I
tomorrow?
can't win with this dog.
What's
for the
tomorrow?
stream.
Why? Is the world ending?
All right, the Crunker stream.
The Crunker stream.
Bro,
the
these two
campaign.
Would be good.
So, to raise
I-
charity for kids affected with cancer. 12 to 25-year-olds, actually.
Yep.
I don't have to.
I
don't have to stream, do I? I can just play.
No, I'm
right?
pretty sure everyone has to stream.
Yeah, everyone has to stream.
Oh.
I feel the same way, Mason. Don't worry about it. I feel the exact same way. It's all right.
You're right.
We'll get through it.
It's,
By the
it's
time
only
this
2
airs, I suppose
hours.
the
It's only
tournament-
2.5 hours.
Just ignore your
Ugh.
chat, and then it's just like you're doing the same thing, but without streaming.
Yeah, put on
Yeah.
sub-only mode.
I suppose. All right.
Yeah, but yeah. By the time this airs, I guess this will already have happened. So
True.
you can check out the VODs or whatever.
Surely we
but
won by
yeah,
then, right?
fucking-
Surely we don't lose.
Surely we. would have
I
won by
am
then.
pretty sure we're gonna win.
Yeah,
Because
Dude,
I've
you
heard-
have me on the team.
mate.
I was
Hate
about to
it.
say, I've heard Fitz and Swagger are very good, and we have some Krunker streamers in our team too,
We have Hey, I'm Zed.
and he's pretty good too.
How's it go? Is
So-
it like a death match or is it kind of like CS?
It's
Or is
various
it-
different game
modes.
modes.
Okay,
For
cool.
people who don't know what Krunker is, we've spoken about it a couple times, I'm sure, but it's basically it's very similar to CS:GO, but it's not. It's CS:GO, but it's also they ripped off Minecraft, so it's like this great little like
CS:GO
I'm just
Minecraft. pretty
It's
much.
basically it's like a cartoony flash game, but basically with a similar concept of the shooter game like Counter-Strike. It's just a really fun, easy game. You can play it on your browser. We're not sponsored by them or anything, but we do know the devs, and we've met with them in the past, and they're great guys, and we've sort of been casually fans of their game for fucking ages. And now Misfits is, I guess, dipping its toes in the esports with this little like
Yeah.
little tournament thing we're hosting. Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
This is the
It's fun to
first
see.
of many that are going to
Hopefully.
happen over the next
Yes.
couple of months, hopefully. But
Yeah,
it's exciting.
Yeah,
that's right. If you are looking for a game to play on the school computers without getting caught by the teachers,
not
then
banned,
Krunker's
it's
probably the way to
yeah.
go.
You can play it in
Yeah,
your browser, or you can download
Krunker.io.
a client.
Yeah, it's crunker.io. Enter. It takes 2 seconds to load, and there you go. You're fucking.
Yeah, it starts with a K. Krunker. Krunker.
Yeah, that's how you know it's cool.
The Misfits have been
Fucking
playing
yeah.
Krunker for fucking ages.
Over like a year and a half now. Do you remember being in like Ryan's old house? We'd be in the den when it was still like a trap house. We'd just take dabs and put on gamer music and just fucking go for like 2 hours.
Yeah,
It was fucking
I miss that.
amazing.
Yeah. Yup, that is happening. That is good. Toby, are you sponsored by Rainbow Six Siege? What the fuck's up with that cap?
I just like the cap. I think it looks good on me.
Did they send you a little box with a figurine and stuff in it and a bunch of?
Did
like,
you get one
controller
too?
or something? I got one like last year.
Oh yeah, so
think it's just
I
the
got that
creator
one
packs they
last year
send out.
too, but this year they sent it's a Halloween thing. So they sent like
Oh.
some candy and a headset.
How cute.
And the box is furry, which was weird.
Right on.
It hasn't come
It's-
with red sand this time.
No,
right?
no red sand this
Oh,
time.
I remember
Right.
that. That shit was funny ass.
Yeah,
But-
we got
Red
a
sand?
box. Yeah, we had a box come to the Misfits house when we had it like a year and a half ago. And it was to be for like the new operation, which was like Operation Red Sand or something like that. But the box, like, it was a big crate, and they open it up, there's a bunch of shit in there, but the bottom of it is like all red sand. And the thing is, like, I think it wouldn't have been as messy if they didn't decide to also send beer.
Oh yeah, like the beers
because
broke open. I think.
in transit, like 2 beer bottles collided and fucking shattered. So there was beer over everything in the container
Fucking red sand.
and
mixed with
shards
beer.
of glass.
Beer,
It-
glass shards, and red sand.
To be
What else
fair
do you need?
though, it is fucking sick that as a game company they're sending creators fucking
Oh
alcohol.
yeah, absolutely. It does.
That's
come
so
out.
cool.
It's funny as
Who
fuck.
Who does
though, you
that?
gotta admit.
You know? And
It's
and
because they know it results in the better content. That's why.
Yeah, I'm not hating. I'm just saying it's
No,
funny.
Rainbow Six-
the fucking beer shattered.
Rainbow Six has the best PR packages.
Oh yeah.
I've got a mouse, I've got a keyboard,
You
I've got a
have a mouse?
headset.
What the fuck?
Yeah, over
Nice.
time I've just been collecting a bunch of Rainbow Six shit.
Yeah, they do do a good job, Rainbow Six, and their game is good as too. I don't know why I fucking could never find myself getting invested in that shit. I think it was just at the time when I was so burnt out from Counter-Strike, and Rainbow Six was just a little too similar. You know what I mean?
It's like Counter Strike, but
But,
more
do you still-
complicated. There's like more gadgets and,
And yeah,
shit.
it's
also
like if you're already sick of
hero-based.
Counter-Strike, learning another
Yeah.
game that's like got all these
Just
other
Counter Strike,
things,
more steps and
it's like,
gadgets. I'm like, bro, I can't do this, man.
yeah.
Even
yeah.
Valorant
Minecraft.
is a little bit too much for me.
Yeah, that's
Valorant
everyone.
is
Like,
just
I
like
I like Counter Strike and I like Overwatch, and everyone likes to say it's like Counter Strike and Overwatch combined, but like. I like playing either of those games because they're not each other, you know?
yeah.
I'm like,
I
why do I
don't
want
think,
like the worst parts of
combining is
both?
the
The fuck?
best. Yeah.
Some things don't need to make a baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like Mason's parents. You know.
Oh,
Oh, fuck.
So rude.
Too real.
Wow.
Apologize now.
Jesus.
I'm sorry, Mason. I'm sorry, Mason.
Oh,
Mason, do you forgive me for that one? Sorry, it's just I could have said that about anyone. I don't know why I had to
Like
go
something,
on
I was just about to say
bring
myself. Like something shouldn't make a baby. I'm like, yeah, like myself.
like yeah, like myself.
look, just use me as the scapegoat. I'm the abomination, all right?
You're
it's
right.
just an
You're-
easy,
you are an
you know,
abomination.
You know it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, pick on the trans person.
Yeah.
It's acceptable. in
Come
2020.
on, it's all about equality now.
Exactly.
Look, I'm just trying to bring Mace into the conversation by insulting the very fiber of his being. You know, like why not? Come on, give me something back. Give me something back, Mace.
I got nothing.
Call him a
mate.
dirty
I got
dog.
nothing.
You know why? It's because I'm fucking
That's
perfect.
dog of the
why.
day. That's an easy dog of the day, man.
I can't roast people anymore, man. I suck at roasting. It's usually just a fuck you.
You gotta play more
or-
Rust, mate. Get back on like that. You gotta embrace that inner toxicity of that game. You know.
Yeah, I suppose.
I hate what Rust does to me whenever I play it. I become like a person that I detest. Like I get so like the last session that we did, me and Mason that we recorded was pretty decent. But like any session before that, I'd be playing, like if it was solo, I'd be playing, and then by the end, like I had smashed my right hand onto my desk to the point where it's numb. And I'm just like fucking foaming at the mouth, so angry and so tilted, I'll fucking turn it off. I hate what it does to me. It makes me so fucking mad.
Yeah, yeah. You are definitely subject to gamer rage, Swagger.
Yeah,
You can be
it
quite a-
depends.
quite a
You
gamer
know,
rager.
You should
it's
just drink
one
more
thing.
gamer subs and get better at the game. Then you won't rage. Like,
You
it's
know,
not that hard,
I feel
man.
like I get more mad at like a game if like I have an investment than I put into it, and especially when it's Rust. If I'm going into a
yeah.
session with the idea of recording a video, like I'm pretty much putting my day like completely to this Rust session. And whenever I would make a Rust video, it would be like 6, 7, 8 hours of straight like recording to get like a story, to get like an arc, to get like, you know, something entertaining. But there would be a point where I've sunk in 4 fucking hours, and like I'd be doing something that's integral to this story that like I've started to build, and then I just get fucking shot in the head with a bolty, and then like, oh well, I can't fucking go back. Like I'm gone. Like 4 hours has been wasted, and I think I'm more upset at the loss of my day and the loss of my time than I am at the fact that I died in the game. It's like a different kind of emotional distress.
I guess that investment's really what it always comes down to, right? Because it's the same with like esportsy games like Counter-Strike or whatever. Like if you've been playing all night and you're trying to end on a good note, but you've lost your last 3 games and you just want to fucking win, and then you still lose at that 4 a.m. game, that's enough to tilt anyone, man. Because it's like, man, I could have just gone to bed at 12 and been happy, but here I am just immensely frustrated at 4 in the morning, and I still can't get a fucking win. I still can't get my elo back. God damn it. I guess that's... It's a blessing and a curse, right? Because those experiences are also what makes the game fucking fun.
Well, yeah.
It's that,
Yeah.
Pulls you
it's
in.
that, it's the highs and the lows. It's that the wins and the losses.
Mason, how
Yeah,
is
what a
your
beautiful
tattoo
sentiment.
removal going?
Yeah, not bad. They're fucking.
How painful is it?
Oh, it's top 10 worst pain I've ever felt
Wow.
for sure. But like,
Fucking hell.
it just sucks because like last time I had to get it, I had like a mask on while I was doing it, so like, I felt like I was gonna pass out. So like,
Yeah.
I kind of like pulled the mask down, just like
Be able to
like,
breathe.
so I could
feel with the
breathe.
pain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
What does
So
the
I-
pain feel like?
I guess it feels like if you had a lighter up to your skin, but like just the tip of the
Ooh.
flames touching you,
Oh,
Oof.
kind of like that.
Mm. So it's just like a
It's like having the
Like a
flame
faint
close to you.
burn?
Faint burn, yeah.
but it's still enough of a burn to be like, fuck, that's constantly discomforting.
Yeah,
Sort of thing.
yeah. Because
How long does it last? Like the sessions?
It depends how big the tattoo is, but they just trace over it.
mm-hmm.
Right.
But-
How many sessions have you had?
I've had 2, so I've still got to go for like 6 more.
Wow.
Yeah. You're lucky
Um,
that you don't have many tattoos. Could be a
Yeah,
lot
I
worse.
Yeah, cool.
Oh my god, you
Mm.
see those clips of like the before and after? People are like completely like covered up, like body tats, face tats, and then like clean. And the next photo, I can't even imagine how long that takes.
Mm. Yeah, the thing is, when you
Yeah.
get it, I don't know if it's just me, but like your body just twitches.
Mm.
Like you kind of like shake a lot. I don't know.
What do you do during the sessions? Do you just lie there, or do you?
You just lie in a
read, or
chair.
you
You just
listen
lie in
to
a chair,
podcasts,
and
or-
like they do wherever the tattoo is. And
Surely they like offer you a beer or a drink or something, right? Kind of like a barbershop. Like shit, if you can drink a beer having a fucking your haircut, surely you can get one where you're getting your painful tattoos removed.
I don't think you're able to drink a beer or anything while you're getting that shit done.
Yeah.
They actually just hurl
Torture
insults
that.
at you. It's like a whole humiliation thing. They're just like, yeah, you like that, you fucking little bitch.
Jesus.
Like,
I think
You're a psychopath
burning
become a
you.
tattoo removal artist today. I learned.
I think they say sugar's good. Like if you have a little bit of sugar, well, if you're gonna be sitting somewhere where you're gonna be in pain for a while, if you have like something sugary that you can just snack on. Like when I go to my sleeve sessions, I bring like a bag of some sort of candies, and then I'll just like snack on them as I'm getting it
Well,
done.
sure. Really, it just helps because it's just a nice distraction, you know. It's just
That's
like
true.
a
It
nice
might be that.
mouth sensation while you're enjoying your.
I just imagine you sitting
Yeah.
down to get tattoos removed and you're just shoveling spoonfuls of sugar into your mouth.
And crying and saying, a
Stop.
spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. Just shoveling spoonful after spoonful of raw sugar. You're just chewing on the cane.
The worst part about tattoos, in my opinion, and removal, I assume is similar, is just like the time it takes. Like the pain isn't that bad, but sitting there 4 or 5 hours in constant pain is pretty bad.
It's like getting your eyebrows tweezed.
Especially because I never do anything to entertain myself. I always just sit there and I'll talk to the artist, but I never like. Some people bring headphones and they'll watch movies or something or listen to a podcast, but like, I feel awkward doing that. It feels like then the tattoo artist is just sitting there in silence the whole time, and I'm like, well, I feel sorry for you.
Yeah, but isn't it kind of like just one of those things you get over, like talking to your Uber driver or something, where it's just like you. I remember when Uber first came out, I felt that way every time I got into a car with an Uber driver.
Yeah, now
like,
it's
"Oh,
weird
this
if they
is
talk
new."
to you. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, but it's.
Yeah,
I
no,
feel like it's different
well, you know,
because
I still chat to them, but
with a tattoo artist, they're like stuck in a room with you for like 5 hours straight, and if they're just sitting there the whole time not talking, it might feel a bit shitty. I don't know. Unless you have an
it can
agreement
also
with the
suck being a
artist
tattoo.
and you both wear
Yeah.
headphones and you both like just do your own thing the whole time. I don't know.
I would definitely talk. I wouldn't just like go there without saying
Yeah.
anything first and just like
Yeah.
headphones on. But I would be like, because you never know. Maybe it sucks for them being the tattoo artist and they're locked in a conversation with this boring cunt that just happens to want a tattoo.
that's
You
true.
know, like,
Bring a switch or
but I get it.
Ooh.
Ooh, switch could be good. Yeah, Mason, what's the massive tattoo you're getting to celebrate getting your tattoos removed?
A Rust tattoo on my ass logo.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Nah,
just a Rust.
I would
logo.
have done that if I had no tattoos at all. Like dead ass. I reckon I would have.
You would
Dead
have gone the
ass.
Rust
Badass.
Inspired
tattoo?
by Chad. Fucking Chad.
lots of
Would you have
people
gotten that one removed?
lots of people get something
reckon?
big and dumb on their ass. Because why not?
Fuck it.
Ass
as well.
tat.
Yeah.
I like the name of it. Got a ring to it.
What's the weirdest thing to get tattooed on your ass?
Another ass.
Another ass, but just slightly smaller.
Yeah. And then on that
That's-
ass, there's a tattoo of another ass. And it just keeps incepting.
What if you just got your ass covered in asshole tattoos? So that was just confusing for when anyone tries to fuck you. It's like, well, it's a very elaborate ass you have
Put-
here. It's many choices.
Put fucking knock before entering it.
One of my
Not
friends
before entering.
was saying that I should get a tattoo of a penis, like somewhere on my body, like just a cute little, I don't know, cartoon penis or something.
Mhm.
And then I could be like, yeah, this is the only dick I've got on my body or something
No, I
like
still
that.
got my dick. Look, it's right here.
And you can just make jokes about it, you know?
Hey, you want to see my cock?
I shrunk him and I put him on my skin.
And then you can send dick pics.
True.
True.
Yo, it's got my dick touched up today. Check this shit out. Yo, those lines are looking clean. Shading.
Dick touched up. It's got my dick shaded and colored today, actually, believe it or not.
I wonder what a cell-shaded penis would look like. Ew.
Well-
I mean, have to fucking look up some.
Surely there's a Google
what's the
image
game?
for that.
Borderlands Rule 34 will give you the.
There you
That's
go.
true. There's probably heaps of it.
Oh, undoubtedly so.
Yikes.
Undoubtedly. Yep.
What's your guys' favorite single-player game ever? Like, favorite single-player game you've played?
Oof. That's a hard one.
Minecraft.
I've just been. Yeah, does that count though?
That's
'Cause,
also
like, would you
multiplayer.
enjoy Minecraft to the extent you did if it wasn't multiplayer as well? Probably not.
I don't know.
Though you were big into it in your teens, though.
I was
So.
gotta be
huge
when I
into
was-
it.
But weren't you kind of like a server dweller though back in your teenage years? I don't know if you even want to talk about
Probably
it.
not, but I did go on to servers and shit. But single player was most of the fun, mods and all that. I mean,
I just feel like
Minecraft's
your
one of the best
judgment is
games of all
skewed.
time. So like,
Yeah, but
if
I would
that's
argue
if
one of
that's
the
a
best games of all
cop out
time
answer,
because
then I
multiplayer.
could do another one.
What's
Okay,
up?
let me
Dark
rephrase
Souls.
it to.
I'd say
Let me go through my
Dark Souls.
Steam.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
Dark Souls. All right. Wait, what did you say, Matt?
I said, let me look through my Steam for like what I think the best is.
I've just been playing Breath of the Wild recently. That game is fucking really, 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 really good. I wouldn't say I don't know if it's my favorite though. I mean, one of the first games I would have considered my favorite would be Half-Life 2. Because that's like the first single player game I really got invested in and like sat down and like loved the story for. But I don't know. I don't know.
I'm
What about you,
honestly
Toby?
not
What-
sure. I played so many heaps of games. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I loved
you have one?
Detroit Become Human when it came out. I thought that was
Good
really
game,
good,
for sure.
but that was definitely it wasn't. There was no replayability there for me. It was just like a one and done sort
Yeah.
of.
Well, it's less of
playthrough.
a
Sometimes
game
good
and-
games like that are good though, especially if it's like a really good story.
Yeah.
Well, those games are less games and more like interactive cinema,
Pretty
right?
much,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I don't know
Yeah.
if I would call like any of the Telltale Walking Dead series like a game.
Oh yeah,
per
some of the
se, but I
Telltale
would-
ones are really good. Some
But
of
yeah,
those are
dude,
really
It's
that-
good.
a game.
Yeah, it's a game, but it's more like an interactive show.
But like, there's
right?
different
It's a
choices you
game
can
in the
make
same
that
way
affect
a
the
picture
story,
book
right?
is a
Like
book.
you can go down
Yeah.
like, alternate path
Yeah.
lines and shit.
Yeah, but it's all
Yeah, it's
like
definitely a game.
talking and I don't know, like it's still a game, but I feel like it's closer to like a movie or a show than
It's
it
like
is
a
to
modernized
game.
choose your own adventure book.
Yes,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. You got an answer, Mace? Have you ever really played many single player games? Not really. Yeah.
Only when I was young. That's about
Yeah.
it. My favorite one would have been Metroid Prime.
That was a good game.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, I mean, gaming is sort of just like I don't know. It's sort of just become such a social thing, hasn't it?
Yeah,
I guess there are still single player games coming out that are great, but by
Cyberpunk.
far the market is dominated by multiplayer.
Oh yeah.
You know, because I guess that's what sells, and it's also because of skins and probably in-game purchases. It's much harder to sell those on a single player experience where you can't brag. So a lot of massive companies are funneling everything into the multiplayer experience. You can see it happening with the Battlefield games and how they just pretty much threw campaigns to the wind.
Remember back in the day when games were like they were started off as single player and multiplayer was like the add-on. Like you could tell a lot of the multiplayer maps
Yeah.
were based on just like some of the single player levels or just copy and pasted from it. But now it's the other way around. It's like single player is the tacked on thing, you know?
Mm-hmm. And fucking yeah, I mean, with maybe MMOs is what really made companies realize, oh shit, this is where the money's at. Like,
It
this is
was.
where all the fucking money is to be made in
I think
multiplayer.
FIFA was the first game that people that made devs realize how much money there was in getting people to spend money on multiplayer things. Because with the FIFA packs,
EA.
that was what made EA's all of EA's money was like all of their income, like a huge percentage of it, like the biggest percentage, I'm pretty sure, was FIFA packs. So like they made more
That's-
money
wouldn't
from
surprise
FIFA
me,
packs than
yeah.
their games.
Yup. Fucking isn't like the Canadian government suing EA for their manipulative online purchase tactics or something like that? Yeah, I mean, obviously EA is getting a lot of flack by the internet in general all the time for their microtransaction bullshit, but I think they're actually getting sued for it. I think like people are actually trying to take them down because it's considered straight up manipulation and exploitation of children. Kind of
That
interesting.
wouldn't surprise me.
Not that I know very much about it, but
Hmm.
yup. Evil
EA stands for
evil fuckers. Evil ass games. Take that. That's right. I just took down an entire corporation. No big deal. It is what it is.
Evil ass games.
Evil ass games.
What's their slogan?
It's in the game?
It's in your
we
ass.
like oh, it's
No.
in your ass.
we like money. Give us your fucking wallet, kid. Yeah. I remember even my little brother fucking buying those packs with mom's credit card and her getting mad about it. You know?
Damn.
She's having all the fucking time. And it shows up on your fucking bank statement as like a little like bunch of letters and shit. So you know, $15.
Oh, that's smart.
Actually your
Interesting.
12-year-old son exploiting you. Your hard-earned cash. This is why children are the problem. All right, let's get rid of
I
it.
agree.
True.
Seriously,
No more children.
they're
David Attenborough would
they're
be
always
happy.
talking on the internet. Yeah, I wonder what the internet would feel like if the kids couldn't go on it. Period.
Oh,
Like,
I was talking
no
about this the
kids.
other day because I was streaming Krunker, and I noticed that my my audience seemed younger when I was streaming Krunker, and I was talking about like how different would it be if on Twitch, because you do have to be like 13 or something plus to go on Twitch, but obviously there's no actual
Mhm.
enforcing. Like, how can they? But imagine if you had to, you know, submit ID to show you're above like 16 or something to go on
Oh, they have to do
like,
that in
Twitch and stuff
China
like that. It'd be
and Korea.
so interesting.
They have to do that in like China and Korea, I think.
It'd be so
Like you
different.
have to sign up your like social
Interesting.
security number and shit.
I bet those fucking kids still know how to get
Yeah.
around it though.
Oh no, like if you get banned from like one
Um,
multiplayer game for like hacking, you get banned from all of them. So I think maybe
Wow.
the Chinese got the right idea with communism and all that. If you ask me, no more hackers in CS:GO. Like shit, sounds fucking great.
Mm.
When has the Chinese government ever been wrong, guys?
Yeah.
Let's
True.
think about it. Come on.
China,
You
send
know,
me money,
Like,
please.
I wish I had the balls to burn all those bodies in the field, man. Like, that would be pog. No, but like if there were no kids at all on the internet, period, I wonder what, you know, would there be as much bullshit, as much fighting, as much argumentation?
Bro, have you seen?
Because I feel
yeah,
like
have
so
you seen
much
Modern Warfare 2
of the-
lobbies back in the day and the shit they yell about? Those weren't kids. Well, I mean, there was a lot of kids there, but even the ones that weren't kids, like, they'd run their mouths.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I just feel like the atmosphere would be different because a lot of that was old dudes getting mad
Yeah.
at kids or like 15-year-olds with like deep voices. Like a lot of those guys are actually just fucking like 16, voice just dropped, sound deep as hell, you know, sort of. If you had to be 18 plus to use the internet and it was just considered this kind of like
Well, then
tool,
no
this
one would be
privilege,
fucking
like-
playing games. They'd just be jerking off the porn if that's the first time they're allowed on the internet. Let's be real here. They wouldn't even get past Pornhub. That should
Yeah,
be set as their default like browser tab page. They're like, Google, what
That
the
is
fuck's
my
this?
default browser tab.
Oh, I can search through porn in this thing too. Okay, this makes sense.
Mm.
I guess porn probably would be the first thing fucking a lot of people would do, especially if like they weren't allowed on it until they were 18. But everyone like drinking, you know, everyone's like, oh, I can't wait till I'm old enough to drink.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait till I'm old enough to jerk off. You know what I mean? Like, can't wait till I'm 18 so I can go on Pornhub finally.
Just
Oh my god, it's
fucking,
gonna be so
like,
sick.
down-
Like, when I come over to my house,
Everyone would have way
honestly,
better
like
imagination.
young guys would probably be coming over to each other's houses, just coming together, just jerking off in the living room. Like, yo, we're finally old enough to jerk off. Like, let's go fucking watch some porn. Jerk off
Porn with
together.
the boys.
Yeah, the first person in the friend group to turn 18, everyone would be like, all right, let's have a party. Let's all go use this computer.
Let's use, dude. Fucking let's use this computer, man. He's finally got Pornhub access, bro. It's gonna be sick. Hey, old man, can you go on the internet for us? I want to Google something.
You're not like an undercover
No,
cop,
no,
are you?
Crazy.
Nah, bro,
Yeah.
I'm just a horny
I don't know,
teenager,
I just-
man.
I
I
just-
swear.
Yeah, it's just something to think about, I guess, because you know, like, I think a big problem is particularly with people who like getting into arguments on the internet, or who do it frequently, or who fall prey to that. I suppose. I think one thing that is failed to understand is that they're likely arguing with a child,
Yeah.
and I think a lot of those situations wouldn't happen if we didn't allow kids on the internet. Not saying that I'm
Mhm.
rooting for this.
No, but I
obviously,
agree,
I'm
I
just
agree though. I see
considering
what
the
you're saying. Like a
hypothetical.
lot of times you don't realize like Twitter or Reddit or some like any fucking social media comments. You don't realize how many times it's just some fucking dumb kid, you know?
Yeah, or even just taking information. Like, I feel like I personally take a lot more information than I should from Reddit. You
Mhm.
know, like sometimes if I even want to just know how to do something, I'll type Reddit after my Google
Yeah.
search because I like the experience of a Reddit thread more than some random like,
Wiki
It's very
How?
crowdsourced.
right?
You get more than one
Yeah.
opinion rather than just like an article written by
Yeah,
one person.
Exactly, and it feels like you're getting real opinions,
Yeah,
right? Because
yeah.
it's real people commenting, at least so
What's-
you think. But then
What's scary is when you.
it's always the thing like,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, maybe I fucking like I'm listening to a 12-year-old tell me how to shave my ball sack right
Yeah.
now. Like maybe I shouldn't have looked this up on Reddit, you know? Like not saying that that's a search of mine, but first
I was gonna say
example in my
the
head.
scary thing is sometimes where it's like you'll see like an upvoted comment, it's like the number one comment, and it's something you actually know about, and you're like, dude, this is fucking bullshit. What the fuck? Why is this like the top rated comment? This is like completely incorrect. Like what the fuck? It's like how many times do you read something like that normally and not even realize it? You know, like there's a lot of times of
Yeah.
shit like that, like misinformation and shit.
True. Yeah, that's it, guys. From now on, you need a degree to use the
Yeah,
internet.
and at
That's
least
the
18.
future.
Unless you're listening to the
Yeah,
podcast, then
thankfully,
we'll let it
though-
slide. It's okay.
Well,
Spotify doesn't
the
count.
podcast is their degree. What we're doing right now is we're educating the
Yeah.
masses and we're creating a better.
Misfits
tomorrow.
podcast.
I think
this
that's
is
what most people
educational.
would describe us as.
We're
people that-
That's
educational
how most,
podcast now.
we're honestly pioneers. We're very smart guys, and we have the right ideas about things. It's gotta be said, like always. I don't think we've ever been wrong once on this show.
Literally
It's a
never.
crazy
Like,
record.
fuck.
Nope.
That's it.
I
Here
know
we
what
are.
I'm
And
talking
guys, what-
about all the time.
Absolutely, guys. If you're listening to this, consider yourselves of higher consciousness. Consider yourselves a higher being. You're better than everyone, especially that cunt you're sitting next to on
Yeah,
the bus
look at
right
him.
now. Better than
Fucking
Yeah,
them.
spit on him.
Better than. You're better than your parents, So start having arguments with them at the dinner table about what you learned on the show. Maybe fucking ask them. I don't know, guys. I'm trying. What I'm trying to
Tell
do
your
is wrap
parents
up
that
this
you're
fucking
14, you know more about
shit
politics
show
than
of a
them.
podcast.
You know, obviously, know more shit you read on
That's
the
right.
internet.
That is such a 14-year-old move as well.
Actually, here's why real communism was never tried.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening. Hopefully podcast back in person soon.
Pog.
Hopefully
nice.
so. I'm excited for that.
Next week or two should be there. Should be better. Should have some stories for you. So appreciate you guys listening. Thanks for keeping us company through this fucking lockdown. Hope you guys are doing well. And Mason is gonna give you some nice words to end on here.
I got nothing. I got
Good on the
nothing. Don't-
beers.
you put me on the spot.
Good
You
on the
put me on the
beers.
spot.
I'm just teasing. I just wanted to put you on the spot, guys. Bye.
Bye.